All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. You guys know we love to deep dive into the world of delicious food, and today we're tackling a recipe that's an Italian-American twist on an old favorite, Golden Polenta Fries.
Mm, yeah. These crispy polenta fries are kind of a revelation. I mean, think about it.
They really are. It's like French fries,
hmm
but with a little more personality, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that I find so fascinating is that polenta itself, it's got this really long history going back to like ancient Rome.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like back then they had these grain meals that were polenta's ancestors. And then when corn came over from the Americas in the 16th century, it totally transformed polenta into what we know and love today.
I never knew that.
Yep.
So it's like we're taking this centuries-old dish and
Yeah.
giving it this like fun modern
E-
makeover.
Exactly. And it works so well because polenta is just so versatile. You can make it creamy, you can make it crispy, you can do all sorts of things with it.
Yeah, and these fries, they've got that like perfect crunch on the outside, but then they're all soft and creamy on the inside.
Exactly. It's like the best of both worlds.
Okay, well, I am definitely ready to make these at home. So let's talk ingredients. What do we need to get started?
Okay, so first up, you'll need about a cup of quick cooking polenta and 3 cups of chicken stock. Or if you're going for a vegan version, you can use veggie broth.
Gotcha. Polenta and stock.
Yeah.
Sounds simple enough.
Yeah. Then you'll need 4 ounces each of mozzarella and Parmesan cheese.
Cheese. All right, I'm already on board.
Oh, and don't forget salt and pepper to taste. And then for that beautiful golden brown crust, we'll need about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then for flavor, we'll use garlic powder, black pepper, and a little bit of rosemary and thyme.
All right, this sounds pretty doable. What about truffle oil? Have you ever experimented with that?
Oh, yeah, truffle oil is definitely an option. Just use it sparingly. You don't want to overpower the other flavors.
Okay, good tip. So now let's break down the cooking process. Where do we begin?
All right, so the first thing you'll do is preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, got it. 450.
Yeah, nice and hot for those crispy fries. And while the oven's heating up, bring your chicken stock to a boil in a saucepan.
Gotcha. Stock is boiling, oven's preheating. What's next?
Now you're going to slowly whisk in the polenta, making sure there are no lumps, and just keep stirring that until the mixture thickens and you've got this nice creamy consistency.
So we're looking for like a mashed potato texture.
Uh, a little thicker than mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
You want it to be firm enough to hold its shape when you spread it out later.
Okay, makes sense.
And once it's nice and thick, go ahead and stir in the mozzarella and Parmesan cheese along with your salt and pepper.
Oh man, this is where it gets really good. All that cheesy goodness.
Yeah? Now you're going to spread this mixture evenly into a baking dish about an inch thick. And then comes the hard part, patience. You got to let it cool and firm up for a couple of hours.
Ah, so that's the trick to getting those nice clean-cut fry shapes.
Exactly. Once the polenta is firm, you can cut it into your desired fry shapes.
All right, so we've got our polenta all cut up. What's next?
Now brush each fry with a little bit of olive oil and then sprinkle on your herbs and spices.
Sounds good. And then straight into the oven.
Yep. Pop those bad boys into the preheated oven and bake for about 20 minutes, flipping them halfway through to make sure they get all crispy and golden brown on all sides.
Okay, I am so ready to eat these.
Yeah.
But before we do, any pro tips for achieving that ultimate level of crispiness?
Oh, absolutely. First things first, make sure your fries are all cut to the same thickness so they cook evenly.
Makes sense.
And that preheating step, super important. Don't skip that.
Okay, noted. What else?
Well, if you really want them extra crispy, you can use a wire rack to allow air to circulate around them while they bake.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to really season them up. Season generously before and after baking. You can even sprinkle on a little extra cheese after they come out of the oven if you're feeling decadent.
Oh, I am always down for extra cheese. Now, earlier we talked about dipping sauces. What are some of your favorite pairings for these polenta fries?
Well, a classic marinara sauce is always a good bet, but you can really get creative. Think chimichurri sauce or maybe a smoky chipotle aioli.
Ooh, those sound amazing.
Yeah. Or even sriracha ketchup for a little kick.
I love that.
Ah.
So many possibilities.
Ah.
Okay, so we've got the ingredients, we've got the cooking process, and we've even got some gourmet dipping sauce ideas. Any other fun facts or surprises about polenta fries that we should know about?
Well, one thing that's really cool is that polenta fries are naturally gluten-free. So if you're gluten sensitive, they're a great option.
That's awesome. More and more people are gluten-free these days, so that's good to know. And they're also lower in calories than regular fries, right?
Yes. So you can indulge without the guilt.
I like the sound of that. You know, when I was researching polenta fries, I came across some interesting regional variations.
Mm.
Apparently, in some parts of Italy, they serve them with gorgonzola cream sauce. Have you ever tried that?
Oh, yeah. The gorgonzola cream sauce is a classic in northern Italy. It's so rich and tangy. Absolutely delicious.
Wow, that sounds amazing. It's really incredible how such a simple dish like polenta can have so many different expressions.
It really is, and I think that's what makes cooking so exciting, you know? You can take a traditional recipe and make it your own. Polenta fries are kind of like a blank canvas for your culinary creativity.
So you're giving us permission to break the rules a little bit and get creative in the kitchen.
Absolutely. Why not? Try adding different herbs like oregano or basil or maybe some smoked paprika for a smoky kick. You could even experiment with different cheeses.
Ooh, a cheese blend. Now you're talking my language. What about something like cheddar and Monterey Jack?
That would be delicious. And you could even add some crumbled bacon or chopped herbs on top for extra texture and flavor.
Oh man, these are some great ideas. I can't wait to hear what our listeners come up with. Be sure to share your creations with us on social media. We always love seeing how you guys put your own spin on these recipes.
Speaking of inspiration, you can always visit eateveryslice.com for the full recipe and tons of other delicious dishes.
Yes, eateveryslice.com is like a treasure trove of culinary goodness. Okay, so we've talked about the history of polenta. We've discovered tips for making the crispiest fries, and we've even brainstormed some gourmet dipping sauce ideas.
Yeah.
As we wrap up our deep dive into the world of golden polenta fries, what's one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I think the most important thing is to have fun in the kitchen. Don't be afraid to experiment, try new flavors, and really make these recipes your own.
I love that. Cooking should be enjoyable, and it's all about creating something delicious that you can share with people you love.
Exactly. And with a recipe as versatile and delicious as golden polenta fries, the possibilities are pretty much endless.
You know, it's funny. We've been talking about all these different ways to customize polenta fries, and it just occurred to me they don't always have to be a side dish, right?
Right. Polenta fries can absolutely be the star of the show.
Like I'm imagining a loaded polenta fry platter with all kinds of toppings.
Yeah.
You know, cheeses, meats, veggies, different sauces.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It'd be perfect for a party, or you could even have it as a light meal.
Exactly. And you could really tailor it to everyone's tastes.
Totally. Now, speaking of getting creative, have you ever thought about playing around with the shape of the fries themselves?
I mean, besides the wedges and tots we talked about,
Not really.
well, what about using cookie cutters to make fun shapes? You could do hearts for Valentine's Day, stars for the 4th of July, anything you can think of.
That's so smart. It's like edible art.
Yeah, and it's not just about the looks either. Different shapes can actually change the texture of the fries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like thinner fries will be crispier, while thicker fries will have more of that soft center.
Wow, I had no idea. There was so much to consider. Okay, I think we've officially unlocked a whole new level of polenta fry appreciation today.
I hope so. It's been so fun exploring this dish with you.
Absolutely. I'm already brainstorming all the different polenta fry creations I want to try. And before we wrap up, any final words of encouragement for our listeners who are ready to start their own polenta fry adventures? Just remember to have fun and let your creativity run wild. Don't be afraid to experiment. Make the recipe your own, and of course, share your culinary masterpieces with us on social media.
Yeah, we love seeing what you guys come up with. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of golden polenta fries.
It was my pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep cooking, and most importantly, keep enjoying every delicious bite. Until next time.